Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. It's time to meet the newest member of the McKendree University coaching staff, and that's our new men's head soccer coach, Scott Gyllenborg. Coach, first of all, congratulations on joining the Bearcat family, and thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, appreciate it. Really excited to be here. Can't thank Chuck and Angela Red enough for providing me with the opportunity to come work in the great athletics department. Obviously want to thank a few people at SIUE too, Dr. Hewitt, Mario Sanchez, who have told me a lot about the profession, but obviously also been a big supporting force in this career move as well. And can't thank them and everyone else at SIUE Athletics enough as well.
Coach, you're no stranger to the area. You spent the last 3 years as an assistant coach at SIUE, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. 2 NCAA tournament appearances in the last 3 years, including a run to the third round of the national tournament this year. Sweet 16 run, a 2-1 loss, a tough way to end the season against Wake Forest University, but a great success for you, and I'm sure a great experience for you to learn from as you step into a head coaching role.
Yeah, it was a great experience going down to Wake, going to the NCAA tournament 2 out of the last 3 years. It was a good 3 years at SIUE, and I think more than anything this year we learned a lot. We didn't start great. We had to go through some adversity to get to where we ended up, but ultimately as a coach and as players, I think that helped us towards the end of the year, pulling off some big results in the NCAA tournament. I think that some of those challenges that we had during that season will help me coming into this year. Again, luckily I was able to work with some really good people, some great assistant and head coaches at SIUE that I think I've taken some really important things with me coming into this position.
It was a great year for you, a 14-game unbeaten streak heading down the stretch and into the NCAA tournament. Conference Player of the Year, so a lot of good experiences, a lot of positive experiences that I'm sure have influenced you as you move on in your coaching career.
Yeah, I think more than anything we learned this year is the importance of consistency, doing the things right every single day. Obviously, if you look at someone like Austin, the one Player of the Year, it more comes down to his mentality. Every day going out to training, out to practice, doing things the right way, taking care of himself off the field, and he ends up getting rewarded. And I think with that 14-game unbeaten streak, that it's the same for the team. Every single day doing things the right way, having a consistently positive mentality, a winning mentality, and ultimately I think that was a big part of our success later in the year. And helped us go through to the third round.
Before coming to SIUE, you spent a couple of years at Colgate University where you gained the Division I experience, cut your coaching teeth, so to speak. Talk about that experience as you moved into the coaching ranks and how that helped shape you as well.
Yeah, I always wanted to go into the Division I coaching scene, and I wanted to move out of the region as well, from the Midwest, having played at UND and coached at UND, and more than anything it was about challenging myself as a person and spreading kind of my network in a recruiting sense, and also experience a different type of school, Colgate, with its academics. I learned things there that I don't think you can experience at other places, and I think going from there to a public institution like SIUE that in its own way is great as well, very different than Colgate, it has allowed me to kind of see and feel different things and allowed me to bring different perspectives to the position here.
You mentioned UND. You are no stranger to the Great Lakes Valley Conference, the conference that McKendree is a member of. You played at the University of Indianapolis, had great success there, went to a couple of conference tournaments with them. Obviously a great experience there for you as a player, but also you got to learn about the conference and learn about Division II soccer.
Yeah, I think more than anything, this conference is known throughout the country as being the best conference, the best soccer conference in the country, consistently with Rockhurst and UND and some other programs like that going to the national tournament. I was able to be exposed to the top level of what Division II soccer is, both as a player and then as a coach, and I learned a lot from John there at UND and how to not only recruit to win at this level, but also to run a program off the field that's able to consistently be in that top half of this division. I think that's the main goal coming in, is we don't just want to be someone that every once in a while is successful. It's how do we consistently be a GLVC tournament team and try and push towards being even beyond that.
You're a native of England, so obviously exposed to some great soccer over there. You've coached near St. Louis, which has some great soccer inroads as well. Just looking ahead to your recruiting, let's talk about that a little bit. I would assume that you would look not only nationally but internationally in some of those hotbeds and beyond.
Yeah, I'd like to have a diverse roster. I think, again, if you look at the Division I, the teams left, if you look at the Division II national tournament, the teams left, what those rosters have in common is a good mix of American kids, junior college kids, and internationals. I do believe strongly that you've got to try and get every year the best local kids. They obviously have grown up around the area. They know it well. I think they know the conference well. And if you look at the GLVC rosters, you tend to have a good mix of kids, not only from the Metro East, but the St. Louis area, and that will be important. And then adding some diversity with internationals and JUCO kids will be important in terms of the age of our roster and also the different cultural and experience that they're able to bring from their different backgrounds.
Coach, obviously, as you begin your tenure here, you've got some short-range goals, some long-term goals. Let's talk about that and how you envision this program being shaped through your influence.
I think more than anything, what we have to do is get everyone going in the same direction early. We want to be a program that the department, the school, the institution is proud of, both on and off the field, in the classroom. And then from there, we've got to make sure that every day we're all working towards the same thing. We've got to set a high standard and compete at that level every day, again, in the classroom, on the field, in the weight room. And from there, rather than setting long-term goals about conference tournaments or national tournaments, it's just making sure that every single day we're competing at the appropriate level, being the correct type of people. And from there, those types of things and the consistency of that will take us to where we need to be.
Well, Coach, we're certainly excited to have you on board and looking forward to see what great things are to come for the McKendree men's soccer program. Again, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the appointment, and we look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you.
That's McKendree men's soccer coach Scott Gyllenborg. Don't forget, you can learn more about Coach Gyllenborg, his program, and the rest of McKendree's 33 intercollegiate athletic teams online at www.mckbearcats.com.